Warm welcome to everyone. I am Dr. Navjot Suri Singhal, Associate Professor at DME Law School, and today we are here with Advocate Kuber Mahajan, who is the Senior Associate at Sai Krishna Associates. And we are here for the series regarding the alumni of the month. And the first question to you is that how do you feel after such a long time back here at DME?
Well, it feels like home only. And firstly, thank you so much for having me here. DME is a really special place to me, and it has always been, and it will always be. It's quite special to be back here.
And it's a pleasure to have you because I've been associated with you since the first day you entered the law school.
Right.
So for the entire 5-year law course, Kuber, I've seen you participating in moots, in debates, and what all I should name, I mean almost all the co-curricular activities you have been part of. And not just being part of, but winning a lot of moots. So how these curricular activities have actually helped shaping your personality and has enhanced your experience during the few years that you have been involved in making yourself your place at the legal fraternity.
Well, that's actually really interesting question because the thing is I have been a strong advocate on this very point that extracurricular activities are really important in every student's life. And fortunately, I have been participating in a lot of extracurricular activities since my school days.
Yes.
And my parents have been the biggest supporters of this. And since I think I was in nursery or playway school, since the time my mother and my father used to take me to various competitions. It started with fancy dress competition, then it slowly and gradually it started with debates, declamations, etc. So extracurricular activities has been something is something which I really care about, and I really push other students to take part in, because I feel this is a true element which certainly makes your personality. Of course, studies are important, but extracurricular activities helps you to interact with others. It gives you to live up to the expectation that others may have, that you may have with you, and it also helps you to come out of your comfort zone, because you exactly don't know that what is your limit. And once you realize that, okay, you may be a really good student in your own college or in your own backyard, but once you compete, say, against a student from NLU, a student from some other state, you realize that, okay, I have much more potential. Yes, I may learn other things from my competitors. Yes, I may interact with others, have my own circle, etc. So I feel you have nothing to lose if you are participating. And it's not about just to say that everybody is a winner. Everybody is indeed a winner, because even if you are not getting those first, second or third position, at the end of the day you are gaining something out of it. So it's really important for your own personality, for your own confidence, that a person indulges himself or herself in these competitions. So that's why I was really passionate about these competitions. But at least I tried that during my time, my batchmates also take part, or now as a lawyer I can motivate the interns that come to our office, or students with whom I interact, that they continuously take part, because this is the time period, this college life or the school life, during which you can explore anything. Once you are into profession, maybe not, but this is the time, make the most of it, and I feel one should certainly take part regularly in these competitions.
So since you've done a lot of moots, so the way it happens in any moot court competition, is it the same what is happening in the court? Or
Not
it's
really.
a different experience altogether?
No, it's a different experience altogether. In moot court, of course, you give the memorials and then you argue. I feel that mostly it's based on your argument skills. Of course, memorials are important, nothing to take away from that. But in real life, it is completely different. Of course, in high-stake matters, you brief senior advocates, you are the briefing counsel, you are preparing the drafts, you are preparing the notes, you are telling them that what are the precedents or the case laws that may be helpful in the present matter. So, and these are high-stake matters. Here a lot of money is involved. Here a lot of things are at stake, including the goodwill and the reputation of the company. If I talk about criminal matters, person's life is involved. So a lot of things you have to be critical about, and you have to make sure that you have to understand that what would be the best argument to put across the learned judge or the honorable court. So of course, moot court teaches you that what is ahead in your life if you want to enter into litigation, but that teaches you your argument skills also, but that is polished only once you enter the real world. But for that, it's really important that you at least have that practice and that experience from a moot court point of view.
So, see, Kuber, I've seen that you started very young. In fact, you started with the internships itself when you were in your 5-year law course. And then I just want to know, and no, I really want that you should also guide the students, our students who are currently studying here, that what it takes basically to reach to the level today you are. Like you are the senior associate at a very prestigious law firm, Sai Krishna, and it's not easy. I'm pretty sure.
It has been, I would say, a good journey. Of course, ups and downs in every professional life are there.
Yes, I know that you had a big tragedy at your place, and I'm sure that you must have faced a lot of challenges. So also tell us that how you managed your emotional, thing, and balancing your career as well, because I think that was the time when you had to balance both of the things together, because you were at that situation, at that peak situation.
See, of course, it was tough, and the things that you're referring, I lost my grandfather first in
Yeah,
January
yes,
21. Then I
yes,
lost my father after 2-3
yes,
months during that COVID third wave
yeah.
only, and it has been tough in that sense. I won't deny that, and I am the only child as well.
Yeah.
So suddenly the responsibilities, which I realized that my father and grandfather had, I'm grateful to them in a commendable
Yeah,
manner.
yeah.
They have been leading the family. So I did realize that, okay, my mother and my grandmother, I don't want to use the word responsibility, but it certainly gave me the learning that
Yeah.
yes, I have to be mature now, even if I might be mature in terms of my age, but I have to be ready for other challenges, maybe outside pressure, maybe other noises, etc. So it was really important that I protect my mother and grandmother, and of course, I was starting my career.
Yeah.
At that time, I was only 3-4 months into the profession. I was working with some chamber at that time, and my ex boss was also really supportive in that manner, because for me at that time it was really important that my finances are sorted, so that I could at least help my mother and grandmother to lead a decent enough life. So it was very important that I get a job in a good law firm.
Yeah.
And my ex-boss was really supportive in that sense. He never questioned that you joined 3-4 months months ago. Why are you leaving?
And
He,
now, yeah.
yeah, so he was really supportive in that sense. Then of course, I still remember my father. I lost him on 18th of May 21, and just within that particular 1 week, I had given a lot of job interviews. So it was really tough. I remember I used to be with my mother the entire day, and I used to tell her, okay, I'll be away for 2 hours. I have few interviews. I'll just quickly come. So that was the time I really hope no one faces, and I
Yeah.
could never imagine that life can change within a split of a second.
Yes, absolutely.
So that was certainly challenging, and I had no idea whether I'll end up some good place where I can get a decent salary, right? So that was certainly difficult. So in Hindus, there is a custom that you go to Haridwar for,
Yes.
and you follow those customs. I remember I did that on 7th of June and 9th of June. I joined my firm. So that was difficult, but clearly no, I had no other option. And I feel sometimes in life it's the best situation to have no other option, so that you can only focus on that one particular thing that you have.
I agree with you on this, yeah.
So looking back at that, maybe I had a clarity of thought that okay, I have only this and I have nothing to lose here. So that position, once you enter that position that you have nothing to lose, your target is only one then, to achieve whatever you are focusing upon. So yes, I then fortunately with my father and my grandfather's blessings, I ended up
I think God was also there to support you. God has been very fortunate, because this is my belief that when you are having so much dedication and you're doing something with so much hard work, someone is there, some power is there to at the back, supporting you and pushing you towards this, go. We are there.
You're absolutely right. And honestly speaking, in this scenario, credit goes to my immediate family. I can never forget that the contributions that they made. My cousins, and I want to take their names here, because my brother Lavanya, Chaitanya, my sister-in-law Miss Suvarna, my Masi and Mausaji Renu, Miss Renu, Mr. Karan, Miss Divya Sehgal, my sister, Miss Vanchika. And all other immediate family members, they never left us, because the challenging thing was, ma'am, at that time COVID was at its peak. And my mother and I were still suffering from COVID when we when I lost my father. So at that time, no one could also come to our place. And my dadi at that time, to protect her, because of course old age person, touch wood, she was not suffering from COVID at that time, so we had shifted her to some my relative's place. So at that time I had no clue. It was like my entire family is dispersed and I had no clue how to manage that. So clearly these names which I have taken, they were like backbone.
Even during at that time.
At that time, mostly, because I was just 23 at that time.
Yeah, very, very young, very young.
And I was struggling to find a job. I had no idea how to manage this situation. Of course, I was doing the best I could do. And at that time, of course, I didn't want to put burden on my mother also, because of course it's a big loss to me, but I feel it's a bigger loss to her. And again, the challenging thing was that at the cremation ground also, I had went alone so that the rituals could take place, because again at COVID time nothing was taking place properly. So these relatives of mine, and I don't call them relatives, they are my
family.
They are my family.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
even if I don't have any real sibling, but these people never since my childhood days, while choosing a college, while choosing the career, while if I face any trouble in my life, I know I am just a call away and I can bother them at any time, and they are always there for me. So through this medium, I would like to thank them. I don't know if I have thanked them enough, but as soon as we recovered from COVID, my sister especially came from Ludhiana to stay with us. My Masi also came from Ludhiana. My cousins made sure, and they still make sure, that I never feel that my father or grandfather are not there. They act, my brothers, my Masi, my Mausaji, they act like father figure to me. Any guidance I need, maybe with respect to my profession, maybe with respect to any courses or studies which I want to pursue or which I have pursued in the past. So that in that sense, yes, I have been fortunate, and I have a philosophy in my life, especially after COVID, that lage raho munna bhai, that you have no other option, and just keep your head down and just keep on moving.
Yeah, so family support and your dedication made you reach here, and the experience you had at the 5-year law course. So every teacher, every time we take your name, Kuber, so every teacher says, oh, they remember you as a all-rounder.
I'm grateful.
Right? So apart from there in the moods, in the debates, and following your passion into the litigation, you have written a lot of books, and also I would like the audience to know that you are the international record keeper also for various books you have authored. So any book which you feel is very close to you, and why?
So, see, all my books are close to me. It's like
Okay.
asking which child would you prefer. So, my first book was on triple talaq,
Okay.
and it
Yeah,
took
yeah,
me.
I've gone through that.
Yes, yes. It took me 2.5 years to complete that book. I think I was in my third semester
Yes,
when I started
yes,
writing it.
I'm recalling it.
And of course, that was my first book. I did commit a lot of mistakes while dealing with the publishers, but I have no regret, because see, I didn't know any author per se. It was completely my own battle to understand that what the market is, how to approach the publishers, and how to negotiate. And again, I was at that time 18 or 19-year-old. I don't know whether to use the term kid, but
Yeah.
so negotiation certainly was not my forte at that time, I would say. I don't know whether it is today or not, but certainly not at that time. But again, no regrets, because those lessons helped me during my second book. And regarding the international record, the time period, 2.5 years, it really demands a lot of patience. And I knew that a lot of other people, including various senior advocates, were also writing on that subject. So and I knew that they will certainly get the publishers. In fact, publishers will be knocking the doors for them.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I had this in back of my mind, that I have to approach the publishers. I have to make sure that this becomes the first book on the new laws of talaq under Muslim law. So yes, I did wait firstly for the Supreme Court judgment, then for the Parliament to enact laws and everything. So it took some time. Then second book was on election laws. Again, Indian politics is something which I am really fond of, and I feel whatever takes place in Indian politics, whether good, bad, but you can't ignore it. So yes, I am a huge fan of Indian politics, and election laws was an optional subject in our college. So I opted that, and I really enjoyed that. And my grandfather and I used to closely observe politics and cricket.
Okay.
So we used to have huge debates over it, that why this policy is good and why this policy will not work in a particular state or in India. So yes, I used to have a lot of debates with him, healthy debates, of course. And I thought, yes, this is something which I should write upon. So I wrote that book. I was fortunate that I was able to give the copy of this book to the erstwhile President Sri Ramnath Kovind
Oh,
ji
great.
and Dr. Manmohan Singh as well. In fact, I did receive a letter from Dr. Manmohan Singh for this book. So that was really, really special, and it felt that yes, the hard work that I have put across in these books are certainly helping me
Recognized,
to taking
yeah,
those
and
strides.
also.
And in fact, life comes a full circle, because I remember, ma'am, I think in 2019 I had done an interview in this very studio, and I had announced my election laws book will be launching. Now,
Yes, I remember. Yeah,
right.
we had some event, I think, and we
Yeah, so
did
it
that.
was a special interview conducted,
Yeah.
and there was one miss, I don't remember the name, but some BJMC student
Okay.
who had taken the interview,
Yeah.
and at that time I had announced. And today I would like to take this opportunity to announce about my third book, which will be launching soon in next maybe 2 months. This book is on medical termination of pregnancy, that is the abortion laws.
Okay.
And so the draft is completed. Some formalities, some proof checks, and everything are going on. So it will soon be published now. So this, I think, this
All
forum is
the
quite
best.
lucky for me to
Yeah.
announce those books.
So I wish you all the best for
Thank you.
the upcoming book. And I'm sure that we are, again going to have a good number of books coming up from your side,
I
and
hope
we'll
so.
be updating our library.
I hope so.
So, any particular, tips or tricks you want to give to the students or maybe the young authors who are keen in doing research and writing books? That what is the first thing which you have to keep in mind while you are even thinking of writing a book? It's a topic or the hypothesis. What?
Of course. So this is actually a common question which I receive from
Yeah.
students. And the first thing I believe the students generally commit is they start finding the publishers, which I believe is the last step or should be the last step.
Okay.
Because there is no point in reaching the last step of a process. First, you need to understand that this is not a one-day job, right?
Yeah.
You need utmost patience to deliver the stuff. You need to be sincere. I do know certain authors who, just for the sake of writing, would publish every third or fourth month certain books,
Yeah,
which I
exactly.
strongly believe should not be the case. You would see that for every book it has taken me a good 2-3 years time, because for me quality is the most important thing. I don't want to cheat any advocate or any student who is referring my book. So it's very important that at least I am happy or satisfied with the quality that I am producing with my name in the market, so that tomorrow if anybody is purchasing that book in which my name is there as the author, they should have at least this assurance that yes, he has not compromised on the quality.
Yeah.
So that is really important. So I always advise, it doesn't matter even if it takes you 1 year or 2 years or 3 years or 4 years, but don't compromise on the quality, because maybe after 20 years this book may create that revolution. You never know. So you never want to associate your name with something which is not achieving good reputation over your writing skills or anything. So you have to be patient. You have to ensure that the quality is not compromised at all, and you have to understand that it is not a one-day job. You have to understand that it is a process that you have to follow. Once your draft is ready, then the final step or the final stage you can think of, that is to approach the publishers, write emails to them, interact with them. And of course you have to be smart on that aspect also, wherein you have to ensure that your work is not copied anywhere during this process. You see, under copyright law, as soon as you have written any draft, you are the copyright owner.
Yeah.
But you have to be smart enough that yes, this is my draft. If you're sharing your draft even on WhatsApp or email, you must record it carefully and have those meetings with the publishers, because that process will also take you 6-7 months at least. So you have to negotiate with the publishers that okay, I won't go into the details about the negotiations, but yes, that you can negotiate upon copyright, about the amount, about your royalty, etc. So what I have come across mostly with the students, they straight away jump to the final stage, which should not be the case. First, have the draft ready so that you are in a position to talk to the publishers, right? So that should be the case, I feel.
So, how many years in litigation now?
It's been 5 years now.
Yeah. So, one golden rule that every student must follow, that once you've entered into the 5-year law course, because a lot of Gen Zs nowadays, we are terming them, they have this thing that once they're out after the 5-year law course, they directly want to do litigation in Supreme Court. And nowadays they don't want to do internship, under any lawyer. They prefer doing internship under the judges. Yeah, I mean, I think if they get the chance, they'll just straight away apply to the Chief Justice of India. So, what is your takeaway on this? That is it okay to have such kind of ambition, or it has to be in a planned way?
See, I would have been grateful if that was so easy. But see, there is nothing right or wrong, honestly.
Yeah, okay.
If supposingly if someone enters into the profession and they already have a established legal firm or a law chamber, say with their father or grandfather, etc., they may join them, assist them, learn them. There is no harm in that. Now, if you're a first generation lawyer and trying to understand that what the fraternity is, you have to come out of that Bollywood zone. That is for sure. Because and as a professor, you know
So what is happening in Jolly LLB?
right, that
1, 2 is
no,
is it the same? Or
not even Jolly LLB. I'll give you a better example. It's not Tariq pe Tariq actually. You can't even imagine shouting before the judge. So forget that, because as a professor, I'm sure you must come across various first year students who
Yes,
join this profession with this thing in mind that okay, I'll be the next Sunny Deol before the court. So that is not the case, and you know that better than me. So that is really important to have a reality check. And golden advice that you say, when I was new to the profession, my partner in the firm, my managing partner and the leading partner, Mr. Sai Krishna Rajagopal and Mr. Siddharth Chopra, had given me really valuable advice. One was that just keep your head down and move forward. Be a horse, don't look left or right, just move forward. Yes, things may take time, but eventually it will happen. And again, related to this, that be a goat. And not, goat doesn't mean greatest of all time here. Be a goat as in just अपने काम से काम रखो and चलते रहो और चलते रहो. So that advice is simple yet complicated, because you will lose your patience at some time. You will realize that yes, it's a marathon. It's not a sprint race, or it's not a 100-meter race. It's a marathon. You have to keep running. You have to understand that I'm just 5 years old. I'm a baby in this profession. I do know that, because in this profession there are advocates who are having 50 years of experience, 60 years of experience. So you have to understand that you need to treat this profession as a marathon and keep on running, because there will be times when you will be really happy with the judgments that you may have achieved for the client. And there will be days where you have committed certain blunders and your seniors are helping you to resolve those issues. So it's really important to choose your mentor as well. How he or she is guiding you, how he or she is giving you that reality check or the learnings, that is really important and pertinent. And it's really important to understand that legal fraternity doesn't only mean litigation. You may or may not enjoy litigation. There are so many options within our profession, including litigation, including in-house counsels, including law chamber practice, including being a professor. So these are few of the options that I'm giving you. So there should be no peer pressure that only if you are into litigation you are practicing. No, that's not the case. A lawyer is a lawyer. You have to understand what would be the best suited principle that you should follow here. Whether this is the thing which is suiting me, whether the other spectrum of legal fraternity is suiting me, that realization is really important, I feel.
any final message you want to give to your juniors?
I would just say that just keep working hard, because there is no shortcut to success. There is no substitute to working hard, and it's really important that you follow your passion. It could be your legal profession. If you feel that along with that you are into other things, like for me, giving guest lectures, I am invited by various universities. For me, that is, I'm really passionate about that. To interact with the students, with the young minds, and my lectures are not that I just give the lecture and just go away. It's more of an interactive session where during the lecture I do speak to the students. Okay, this is my view. Correct me if I'm wrong. You may have a different point of view. welcome those different point of views, because in this profession it's really important as a law student or as a lawyer to have a neutral mind, because you should think that what would a judge think in this scenario. There is no black and white. It's really important to hear both sides of the story and apply your mind. In today's time, it's really important that you apply your mind. You are a prudent person, and it's very important to show that yes, you have to be due diligent. Yes, you have to be prudent enough to take any decisions or take any calls. So just don't shy away from working hard. That's the important message.
So thank you, Kuber.
Thank you.
We are grateful to have you here. I feel really proud being your teacher. Seeing you, being so successful, and you've always been a good orator.
Thank you.
So with this audience, we complete the Alumni of the Month series for this month of November, and I really feel very happy hosting these series, and today was special for me because I had my student whom I have taught, and that's it. We'll be joining next again with some another good alumni here at DME Law School. Thank you.